them. Let's, for now, focus on stocks. We've got our team standing by with the CNBC-TV18 list of top stocks to watch today. Let's start with Rima. I think Rima is looking at Wipro. Rima, tell us what's the news here.
Well, Wipro has won a very large deal. It's a $500 million deal from a U.S. communication service provider. The company is not named the client, but here are the details. $500 million in size. The tenure is 5 years, and this is supposed to be a net new deal, not a renewal deal, net new, which means it could add about 0.8 to 0.9%. If you just, divide $500 million by 5 in FY25, the addition could be about 0.8, 0.9% to its overall revenues, incremental revenues. And this is the first large deal which has come for Wipro under its new CEO, Srini Pallia. Back to you.
All right, Rima, thanks a lot for joining in and giving us that quick update on Wipro. Well, let's hop across to Vamakshi. She's here to tell us about the Bajaj twins. Hi, Vamakshi. Morning.
Well, good morning, Nigel. Both of the Bajaj counters will be in focus today, Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv, and that is because Bajaj Finance's wholly owned subsidiary, which is Bajaj Housing Finance, has approved, the board has gone ahead and approved an IPO. This IPO is expected to comprise of a fresh issue of 4,000 crores, and there is expected to be an OFS component as well, subject to market conditions. Now, keep in mind that this IPO is being made in order to comply with RBI's regulatory norms for upper layer NBFCs. Just to give you a brief background about Bajaj Housing Finance, it offers a full range of mortgage products such as home loans, LAP, lease rental discounting to salaried as well as self-employed customers, and it also offers construction finance and inventory finance to credit-worthy developers. As far as FY24 was concerned, their AUM stood at 91,370 crores. They saw an uptick of almost 32%. Their asset quality also looks quite healthy with a GNPA of almost 0.27% and an NNPA of 0.1%, and they've also got a healthy ROE of almost 15.23%. So overall, with this IPO coming in for Bajaj Housing, for Bajaj Finance as well as Bajaj Finserv, it will be some bit of value unlocking, and as a result, expect both of these counters to open higher in trade today.
All right, Vamakshi, thanks very much for that. So that's Bajaj Housing, Bajaj Finance, which we will watch closely. Now, PB Fintech, NCC and RITES are the next three names we are discussing. Hormuz is standing by to tell us why. Hormuz, morning.
Morning, Prashant. And a couple of block deals that took place in PB Fintech and in NCC. Let's start off with PB Fintech first, and that is where Tencent Cloud Europe has sold around 33 lakh shares or 0.7% equity. The average price was around 1,260 rupees a share. Transaction value was close to 420 crores. And that is the and Tencent Cloud owns around 6.5% stake as of the March shareholding now. So previously they sold around 2% stake in May of last year, but since then the stock has already doubled, so they are booking some profits on that as well. Now for NCC, the small cap world fund sold around 31 lakh shares or 0.5% equity. The average price was around 308 rupees a share. The transaction value was close to 1,000 crores. Now NCC, the small cap world fund had around 1.8% stake in March, and even that stock has been an outperformer in 2024. The stock is up almost 90% so far this year. The only common thing here in both of them is that there might be an overhang of a further sale from both these entities because neither was a clean out. So expect both of these stocks to open slightly in the red. Now lastly, RITES as well. That is one order which is around a 40 crore order for a loco hiring order from Tata Steel for its Kalinganagar plant, and that includes of operations and maintenance as well. So it's a 40 crore order. Expect the stock to open mostly in the green. So a positive news coming in there for RITES.
Okay, lots of orders from PSUs actually in the last 2-3 sessions. RITES just gets added to that tally. Thank you very much, Hormaz, for that. Let's go across to Vamakshi. She's also watching out for a couple of stocks. Which ones are these, Vamakshi?
Well, absolutely. IRB Infra is the first one that I will be focusing on. Expect the stock to open higher because they've witnessed a nearly 30% jump in their May toll collections. They've also said that there was a toll tariff revision effective from 3rd of June. And basis this plus the strong trends that they're seeing, they expect the positive trend in toll collections to continue in the upcoming quarters as well. But on the other hand, we expect Paytm to be under pressure, and that is because the company's UPI market share has fallen for the 4th straight quarter. And this is mainly on account of recent regulatory setback for Paytm Payments Bank. Paytm accounted for nearly 8.1% of the total UPI transactions. This has fallen down from almost 13% seen in the month of Jan. So overall, it's a negative for Paytm. Expect the stock to be under pressure today. Muthoot Microfinance, on the other hand, is expected to open higher today, and this is after the company has entered into a co-lending agreement with SBI. They will be co-lending to members of joint liability groups that are engaged in agriculture as well as allied activities as well as other income generating medium enterprises. Now, the loan amounts that will be dispersed will range anywhere between 10,000 rupees to 3 lakh rupees. Hero MotoCorp is the last counter that I will be focusing on. The stock is expected to open higher because the board has gone ahead and approved purchase of additional shares of almost 2.2% of Ather Energy for 124 crores.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vamakshi. Well, let's run you through a quick recap of all the top stocks that we covered for you. Wipro, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, RITES, IRB Infra, Muthoot Microfinance and Hero MotoCorp. While a couple of stocks will be reacting to negative news flow, they include PB Fintech, NCC and Paytm. That's about all the action in the equity markets for the time being. Let's turn our attention to the commodity markets. Manisha Gupta joins us to tell us what's going on there. Morning, Manisha.
Hi, thank you for that, Nigel. I'll start with the crude oil prices, where we have seen 2% of gains overnight, but we still are headed for a third weekly decline onto this one. The street is now watching out for the U.S. non-farm payroll data, and ahead of that, there's a bit of a decline in the U.S. dollar index, which seems to be supportive for the gold and silver prices, which have gained up by 1 to 2.5% in the overnight markets. A quick word on the metal space, where we are looking at a very mixed trend right now. While the iron ore prices have seen some support, there's a profit taking that we have seen in case of aluminum, zinc and lead, copper, iron ore and steel. Actually, these are the three metals that seem to be trading in the positive. That is because the seems to have increased. Remember, China is headed for a Dragon Boat Festival between 8th and 10th of June. So there is some restocking ahead of those festivals, or rather those holidays happening, and that has been supportive for those metals.
Okay, all right, got it. Manisha, thank you very much for that roundup. We'll connect again later in the day.